What is going on, you guys? Jeff with BurlyFishing here, and welcome back to the channel for another unboxing. Today, we're gonna rip open the MTB Elite box. This box retails for $39.99. It is one of the most expensive boxes that you can get as far as tackle boxes go. So we're gonna crack this bad boy open. We're gonna hope for the best. I don't know. It's got a lot of competition this month. I don't know if you guys saw the 6 cents unboxing or the Monster Bass unboxing, but there were some dope baits. And stay tuned, you guys, I took them out on the water and we slammed both boxes in a very short amount of time. So a lot of competition here. We're also gonna take this box out on the water this weekend, and that video will be dropping soon as well. So we're gonna see how it compares to those other boxes, both just aesthetically pleasing, you know, opening it up, seeing what the baits look like, and also functionally, we're gonna take them out on the water and see if they actually catch fish like they're supposed to. Because, I mean, baits are great and they look cool on your wall and everything, but don't we just want to catch some bass? Like, that's kind of what this is all about. So we're gonna put it to the test. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, you guys be sure to subscribe. We are doing a giveaway at the end of the month where I'm gonna take all of these main bass boxes, Monster Bass, MTB, and 6 cents that we unboxed this month and that we tested on the water. We'll put them head to head, compare bait by bait, and determine which box was the hashtag better box for the month. You guys will help me decide that in the comments, and as long as you're a subscriber and you comment on that video and we get that video to 1,000 likes, that's the main caveat. Help me grow, I help you get baits. Then I'm gonna be giving away a Plano tackle box filled with 8 baits plus a couple bags of plastics for you guys from this month's boxes that you can then go take out on the water. And if I've used the plastics up by then, guess what? I'll just give you some of my other plastics that are unused. But you guys have already told me you don't care if it's used or not. So, I mean, you might get a Danny the Duck. I don't know. Stay tuned, subscribe, find out. Be sure to smash that like and ring that notification bell too so you can see when we post more videos. And let's get to this unboxing. P.S. 2 quick things. Do you like my new sign? I think it's pretty dope. Dope metal sign. Got it custom on Etsy. I like that. And I know you guys like my Michigan shirts, so here's a new one for you, Evolution of Fishing. All right, let's pop this bad boy open. Okay, let's check it out. We've got some inserts here. Got our Dibble Digest, talking about frog fishing. We're talking about how to fish a swim jig. Hot tip, swim jigs. Nice subtle action. Get you into that spot in the water column that you really want to be in, where fish are hanging out in the summer. Been catching them on swim jigs and frogs lately, so pretty hot tip. That's good. That'll be helpful. Got a second and a third insert in here. Oh, baby boy. They might win me back over this month. I don't know. This might actually be a good box. We're going to find out. So we got an insert talking about the filthy frog and where to fish it on this cool little lake map. I think that's really helpful. What gear to throw it on. You know, any of those boxes out there that aren't handing you out tips like this, I think it's super helpful. All my favorite boxes do this, 6 cents, Monster Bass, MTB, so that is definitely helpful. If you guys have been paying attention, this whole past week or so has been like this virtual iCast going on. So everybody's dropping new product, right? So the Yodo worm, which is in this box, was one of those products that hit the market that looks pretty slick. We're gonna unbox it today. Here's like a little breakdown of what it is, how they go into it, how to rig it. Look at that. Ooh, shaky head, drop shot, chatterbait, Texas rig. Yeah. And then again, where to fish it. Super cool. All right, we're gonna get into this. So we're just gonna go, you know, bait by bait as we usually do. Unbox them, pop them open, show you guys, and you tell me what you think about these baits in the comment. What's your favorite, least favorite, what's good, what's trash? Hit me up. All right, so first thing, I have actually had this exact jig before from these guys, and a peanut butter jelly. Black and blue is actually more of my preference than PB&J, so I'm pretty happy about this. This is a Perfection Lures Sure Hookup 1/2 ounce black and blue. A stand-up jig to me is like a combo between a shaky head and a jig. So it's just gonna stand up on the bottom like that, kind of like a shaky head with a skirt and a brush guard and a heavier wire hook, and it's also a lot heavier, and it's got this little like football head type taper to it, so it's gonna get through cover structure a little bit better. You have these cool little antennae right there, so look at our little alien dude here, but those wires right there, I'll tell you this, they will help it stand up. You will break them. I've had this before. I had to toss, is PB&J on here? Oh, I just straight up threw it away. I didn't even, see, it wasn't even worthy of my wall. So I've actually had this, like I said, in PB&J before. Caught a giant smallmouth on it, but the smallmouth actually, like, during the fight somehow broke off the antennae. So it no longer stood up. It may have this flat section here, which helps with that, but without these, the position of the hook, and, you know, if you throw a plastic on it, in any sort of current, wind, or whatever, like anything moves underwater, it's gonna tip over. So just a heads up, not a bad jig, 1/2 ounce, good weight for right now. I'm gonna throw this, obviously, we're doing a box slam, so I will be doing an MTB slam. Stay tuned for that. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll be dropping that within the next week or two. I've got 2 other slams and a bunch of unboxings to do, but I promise you it's gonna happen. I think we can catch something on this for sure. Okay, next up, got some body baits here. So next up is a Bill Lewis. Okay, so the Bill Lewis, you know, the original rattle trap maker. So it's a mid-diving, mid-range crankbait, about 6 foot, in a shad pattern. So we got like that nice flashy silver, dark, is this like, we got some like black and blue and green flecks on top. So that looks pretty awesome. Got your little like red belly, got some gill marks there, got some decent 3D printing, eyes look all right. Got a deep thud on that rattle. So this is called the Mr6 Crank Bait. It's a Mark Daniels Jr. signature lure. Color here is Silverado. We call it Silverado. But yeah, just a shorter style crankbait. It's only diving to about 6 feet. You know, lip looks decent. I think it'll hold up. I mean, it's from the rattle trap, guys, so I gotta imagine it's decent. Hooks are decent. It's, I mean, body baits right now are kind of crushing it. In this range, I'm going to a semi-shallower body of water, but big. Lake today, actually. So during the filming of this, I'm prepping right now. I think we can catch something on this. So these are all good signs for me, because a slam, you don't want to be stuck trying to finish a box for days and days and days. I'm hoping I can knock it out in like an hour and just do some fun fishing afterwards. Next up, we've got hardcore lures. These guys come in the MTB box pretty often. I mean, it's definitely not unusual. I have many that have come in this. We got a Fire Tiger square bill, somewhat of a square bill. Okay, so we have a Fire Tiger, super fire, because this is like almost metallic, flashy looking Fire Tiger color there. We've got this rounded square bill, which I imagine is going to give it some crazier action. This is a floating style. You got a light rattle. You're looking at a 1/2 ounce bait. So this is going to cast about 1 mile. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. These guys have this like center of gravity moving forward magnetic casting system. That's like what their main shtick is. So this should be a super far cast. This rounded bill is probably going to cause like a little bit of a crazier action, but it's also not going to dive as deep because of that. So we're going to see how it does. I'm definitely interested. This color might be tough where I'm fishing. This is something I would definitely throw on my river all the time, but I'm going to be on like a semi-clear lake. I don't know. Probably still catch it. There's perch there, so I mean, there's no excuses. Like, you just throw an erratic action bait out there. We're going to be fishing the afternoon today, so I think we got a good shot on that. That's sad. Next up, we have a pack of 2. Count them. 2 hooks. Hell yeah. 2 Daiichis. Man, the hook packs this month. All right. So these look like, I don't know, 1/0, 2/0. We've got both the same size, one in red, one in like silver, regular, gunmetal, whatever color you call this. Standard hooks. We're going to rig something to it. I know we got the Yodo worm, so I could rig that up to it, I guess. There you go. Hooks. Done. Boring. Next. Hey, it's our boys at Lifted Jigs. So these guys are awesome. So we got a 1/4 ounce swim jig. Color is red gill. So not only a swim jig, but more of a finesse jig, being that 1/4 ounce, so it's a little bit lighter. It gives me a different, I will say this, like different color than I normally have. So swim jigs lately, I've got like some green pumps, some with a little bit of chartreuse, This has got a little bit of chartreuse and brown in there because it's gill style pattern. So they got that chartreuse kind of color in the water. We've got some white ones. We've got some like bluegill, natural bluegill colors, some different colors. So this is nice. It's a red gill. So we've got just a different pattern, but maybe like wounded, injured bait fish, bluegill type thing. A little bit of that chartreuse and brown back there. And of course, it being a swim jig, you've got that tapered head. I like the style of this head though. It's actually even got like these cool little angry eyes on there. Good brush guard, you know, something that's going to deflect brush and cover pretty good, but not prevent you from getting a bite. That is something you guys got to look at with your jigs, very important. So we got like that nice twist lock system down at the bottom. So you thread on, you know, a little paddle tail plastic and it's going to stay on there real good. I'll probably pair this up with some of my Divine Swim plastics from 6 Cents. I've got one in chartreuse and a little bit of blue on it that might look really good on this. So do that. Catch fish. Oh, I found our sticker, guys. Boom. Patriotic fish right there. Not a bad looking sticker. I like it. I could put that on the boat. Why not? Next up, needs no introduction. We've got the Filthy Frog. This is from the Googan Squad. Googan Baits is their plastics. Googan Squad is their body baits, whatever. So I love these frogs, even if they don't catch fish, which I haven't caught a fish on any of these yet. They probably do catch fish. Just because they say eat me, and I don't know why that like entices me so much, but I think that's awesome. And it's a white frog. I don't have too many white frogs. Got to give it up to the Googans for their packaging. It looks freaking lit. All right, so nice hollow body frog in white, which I think is fantastic. Nice color. You got the little Googan Squad logo on the eye there. Feels sturdy. I like that they have this little like wrap on the hook down here. I like this because it keeps that rear hole plugged up, the butt plug, if you will, and it keeps water from coming into the frog, which is nice. I do have another one of these in a dark body pattern that we can also throw. If this one starts working, maybe we can hit them up on some frog bite when the afternoon sets in, when it gets a little bit shadier. You know, sun starts going down, we'll hammer them on these. That would be amazing. Like the length of the skirt, it's not too long. I can always trim them if we're just not getting the hookup ratio. So if they're biting like way back here, I actually had this issue with some lunker hunt frogs lately with the dangly legs coming off. They actually got bit off on this one. So this is what'll happen. There's supposed to be a jointed leg here with feet coming off the back, and they got bit off. I was getting blown up left and right on this lunker hunt frog, and unfortunately they weren't getting landed because they were just getting these legs in their mouth. So sometimes if you're getting like good strikes, getting blow-ups, but you're not landing anything, trim your skirt. Just go shorter on this, and then they'll be hitting it closer to the hook. Better chance of hooking up on a bass. Beautiful frog, love it, gonna fish it pretty heavily. Big frog fan, man. If you guys aren't fishing frogs, do it. Great summer bait. Next up, we're getting into our plastics. So first things first, we got this Lake Fork worm. This is a pretty cool looking worm. I don't have a name for this worm, so we're just gonna call it this wacky ribbed worm. Because what we got here is green pumpkin, so classic colorway. You've got your rigging spots here, or here, or here, right? So if we're Texas rigging or drop shotting, go like on this side. If we're wacky rigging, neko rigging, we go right here. And then you've got that ribbing, which looks pretty good. That's just gonna help move a lot more water. It's gonna have more action in the water. So it just gives you a better chance to entice a bite from a bass. Looks pretty good. Seems durable enough. We'll see how it holds up when it actually gets into some fish. Oh, and we have 5. You get 5 of them. Yeah, you got a shot. You got a shot at landing some fish. Next up, gosh, this packaging is enormous, you guys. Where are you storing this in your plastic storage situation? I'm just gonna toss this in the bottom of my boat because this is not gonna fit into any of my containers. But aside from that, we got Death Wish. What's it called? Guys, name your baits. What is this called? It's a Jawbone brand. Yo, It's a Jawbone brand. So if you ever go to Dick's Sporting Goods, I don't know how closely related this is to Jawbone, but if you go to Dick's Sporting Goods and you go to the very cheap section of spinner baits and crankbaits, that's Jawbone. We're going to see if the quality is better on this than it is on most of those baits. But let's pop this open. So we got a swim bait. You get 4 of them. They are quote-unquote hand-poured. Oh my God, they're just coming. Yeah, I'm just going to put these in a Ziploc bag or something. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. It smells like vinyl. Like a vinyl scent to it. I've never... It's supposed to be scented. The weirdest. It's like the most plasticky smelling plastic I think I've ever fished. But anyway, so, you know, it's a swim bait. We got a paddle tail there. Paddle looks like it'll give us some pretty good action. Got sort of a two-tone white with some silver sparkliness on the belly there. Got some eyes on it, some angry eyes. I'm an angry swim bait. And then we've got this hollow belly situation, so that's where you can have your hook coming down. So if you go like EWG, it's going to fit a little bit better into this. You can also drop shot these. We might end up drop shotting a bit today, especially if the bite is tough. So I can see potentially landing something on this, and even that worm we could drop shot too. So hey, we'll test it out, see what we can do. Otherwise, I'm going to rig this up to a swim jig, and depending on the wind situation, maybe a chatterbait or a trailer on a spinner bait. I can find plenty of situations where we can use this, and chances are we'll catch a fish on it, even though it smells like poisonous, noxious fumes. I don't know why this is the smelliest plastic I've ever, okay, Buddha baits. Buddha baits, pretty smelly. This is like right up there with it, and for different purposes. Okay, guys, we are down to the last bait, and I saved this last on purpose because I think it's dope and I can't wait to fish it. So we have the 10,000 fish Yodo worm, and this is another swimming style bait, but we can rig it a bunch of different ways. So this one, what color is this? Sungill is the color. Got a 4.75 inch plastic. Good length, I think, for right now. I do tend to go a little bit larger versus smaller in the summer, especially when it's hot. But let's take a look at this. Check this out. So tons of ribbing, long ribs actually on that, if you guys can see that. We've got more of the goldish belly and more of the green pumpkin on top. You got this wackadoodle tail back here that's going to do all sorts of crazy stuff. You got a little more dense plastic up front where you're going to rig it. So I think that's going to be a little more durable. And then this is, I mean, it's the same brand as the Sakoshi bug, but it is not the same plastic. Like, it's not stretchy. So I don't know durability on this. I have no idea what that's going to work out to, how many fish you can really land on one of these, but obviously we're going to find out. So I'll try and beat this thing to all heck and see what happens. I'll let you guys know in my follow-up video, the MTB Slam. What? All right, guys, box recap here. We had the Yodo worm in that Sungill color. We had the world's largest plastic container to hold 4 swim baits ever, these Death Wish swim baits. We got that filthy frog, probably my favorite bait in the box, I'll just say it right there. We got the hardcore shallow diving floating square bill in Taiga. We got this shad colored mid-range crankbait diving to about 6 feet. It's from the Bill Lewis. Oh, I already broke that jig. Oh, I didn't, I saved it. We had that Lake Fork worm, that crazy little wacky worm. Definitely gonna wacky rig that, it's summer. We got the lifted jig swim jig and that red gill. We have that Perfection Lure stand-up jig, black and blue. And we got a Patriot sticker. Boom, is that it? Oh my gosh, lest we forget, we also got 2 hooks, you guys, 2. Wait a second, does that count as one of my 8 baits? Cause what the hell? At least these don't count as one of the 8 baits that I got in this box. It's just like, hey, here's 2 hooks. Technically, there's 9 things in this package, so I'm okay with that. That's fine. All right, guys, so that's it for the MTB Elite box from July 2020. Let me know what you guys thought about the box in the comments below. Good, bad, meh, I don't know. I'm more on the side of like, meh, leaning towards decent. I mean, you got me the filthy frog. Gotta say, I love that. Favorite bait in the box for sure. And I mean, less attractive, but definitely going to catch fish kind of baits in here, I think. So we're going to see how they do on the water. We take it to the MTB Slam. If you guys want to see that, be sure to subscribe, smash the like button, ring that notification bell so you know when we post that video. It should be dropping in the next week or so here. In the meantime, stay tuned for other slams, 6 cents, monster bass. We did unboxings on both of those boxes too. And at the end of the month, we're going to bring them all back together, compare them, and as a community decide the hashtag better box, as well as run that giveaway. So if you want a chance to win that tackle box full of tackle from this month, these baits I'm gonna throw in a box, and if I break them all on these slams, I'm gonna give you some of these baits. So I mean, well, not the fancy old ones, but like these other ones from previous boxes. I'll hook you guys up and we'll throw you 3 bags of plastics in there too. So you're gonna wanna stay tuned, because all you gotta do is be a subscriber, help me get to 1,000 likes, and comment on that video, and you could win. Thanks for watching, you guys, and we'll see you out on the water.